right. Welcome back. Chat. I have not been streaming for a few days because of the blue screen of deaths. They were really constant, and I decided to keep searching because that's what I'm strong at. That's why I'm a wizard. And this is a test stream. I just want to show you a few things while we're here. Let me drop this here. So if you've built your own PC, so what I was looking into was blue screen of death, BSOD, and then you want to read the message that it says, and it was something like write on randomly memory or something like that. And every time I was searching, sometimes it was a different screen. It kept pointing me to two main things. It pointed me to either it's a motherboard issue more, where there might be a faulty or injured or improperly seated or too much dust component to the PC, because I built my own PC, or an issue with the drivers. Microsoft, well, not Microsoft drivers, but actual drivers. So that's what I decided to look into a little further. So it kept pointing me to driver manager, device manager. And the solution was quite exhaustive. It was either like update every single one of them, like doing so, search automatically for drivers, search here, search there, and there's about 100 of those, each of them individually. So I said, okay, is there a way, and I've done a little bit, but then I said it's just too much. Is there a way or a software that can help me with that? And they do exist. They're called driver managers or assistants or whatever it's called. If you want a trusted name, we have the AVG driver updater here. Welcome back, your drivers are up to date. But when I asked it to look, it still pulled close to 1017 drivers that were out of date. And so it's able to it can be a paid option or a manual option, or just a 1x1 or whatever it is. Here's another one, smart drivers. Scan for drivers. It's looking at 15 outdated ones. The rest of the drivers are okay. And it was able to update some, but then some of them you have to do manually. This one is simply a paid option, I understand. So I have quite a few of those. My preferred one at the moment is Driver Easy. So I like Driver Easy a lot because you get to download all of the drivers. They're looking at 18 million drivers. And what's nice about them, even though they won't do it for you unless you pay for it, you can still download the drivers, and then you get the file and you can manually update them. So in the case of, I don't know, Realtek Audio Universal Service, you just have to find it. You're like, where in the world is that? SM Bus, okay, audio. I think I have to do the NVIDIA one, but that's just my idea. I can't remember where it is. But once you find it, you just go update, browse, you find it because it's in, you know, wherever it is. You can also ask it to look at file location of where you downloaded it. You copy the path. You go back to your device manager and you look for it. Let me pick or next. And then it'll say updating. So I've done a few of them. The other one that I've noticed, and you might be like, well, doesn't your motherboard help you with that? The truth is yes. Let's go find out. Aorus. Mine is the AX370 K7. So I go on my motherboard manufacturer, product support. Then it has all the drivers, and you know, one of them is called the chipset, for example. And when I was doing my updates, because my PC crashed and hard drive failed, I noticed the AMD chipset driver. But when I click Windows 11, it's not there. But it kept in the back of my mind. So what's going on here? So it looks like Gigabyte, amongst many others, for some reason, will not include all of the possible drivers that are out there. Because if you write AMD chipset, because in my case, on my motherboard, the chipset which holds the CPU, that's called the chipset. And that can require an update, so it better understands the CPU. The CPU doesn't require updates, but the chipset, who understands the CPU and communicates to the CPU, does. So in my case, you're on AMD. Either you have a graphics card AMD or a integrated graphics card processor AMD, possibly for a laptop. In my case, it's a chipset. I recognize the AM4 in my case and the X370, just like my motherboard. Submit. Windows 11, it's right here. Download, install, etc. And it did a lot, actually. It did so much. It did more than, like, I don't know if I've even did as much as they did. Let's just take a look at what it looks like. So that was my next step in fixing these blue screens of death, which have not happened, but normally it's when I put the computer under load, when I stream and game and watch a video at the same time. So if this video stops abruptly, you know why. Because it just hasn't done everything. Because I was seriously doubting my ability to put a computer together and maintain it. But now I feel more confident. And it's been running smoother, faster. And it's not necessarily Microsoft's fault. Look at all these things it's ready to update. Why is that not installed? I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what that means. But I did install it, so I don't know why it's not there. Anyway, that's the up-to-date one from AMD, so we'll take it. And for the rest of them, the hundreds of them, then this is, to me, the driver program what Microsoft Update was for us 15 years ago. You'll remember Microsoft Update, we used to go on a website called Microsoft Update. They would detect all the drivers and update them. So I'm very pleased by these assistance programs. Close. We'll wait on that. So that's the current development, and I would recommend it to anyone and everyone who built their PC to look into driver updater software. Start with AVG if you trust it. Look it up. Ask Google if it's a scam. Check it out. There's a lot of things that it's connecting to nowadays. It's, in fact, this is probably the biggest, area of expansion. Just the idea of how many things are your PC connected to. In fact, the router in your house had to have been updated or changed in the past 10 years because of the sheer numbers of things that are trying to connect to the router now. In before, it used to be 4 connections, 4 computers. But then cell phones came in, cameras, doorbells, smart TVs, and ACs, and I don't know what else. And so connections and driver for them to recognize all of this is important. I would also point to Rust Plus. I really liked Rust Plus. Whenever you have a team, it looks like this. You see who's online with you or not with you. You can turn shit on. You can even have a map. That's probably a tablet feature, but I'd like to see that. That's cool. You can probably see when crates are dropped and you can talk to your team. Notification, alerts. If you get killed during your sleep, it tells you what and or who kills you. I really like Rust Plus. It doesn't take any battery. It's really good. Thank you for chilling with me. We're going into the creative rusticated. Oh no. Can you see my mouse? So something is crashing. I don't know what it is and why. Does it have to do with Ubisoft? Not Ubisoft, but Logitech? Because the mouse is acting like that? I don't know. I'm not really sure. But now the game should be shutting down. You're still here. Surprising, huh? Sometimes I had to, whenever you have like a strange error, you Google it and then they tell you what to do most of the time. Sometimes you have to go into properties, delete the anti-cheat if it doesn't seem to want to start, verify integrity, let it download again. It's a good thing to check if there's any update straight here. And also it's good to load it from not a shortcut, but straight from the platform instead of a shortcut down here. But Rust for me has been, bugging more than any other game. I think that's fair, but I do play it more than any other games. Let's try it. And when I'm trying, like last week, I was trying to enter um, Rusty Moose Mini. My computer would not make it, crash, etc. But when I enter, and sometimes it just wouldn't work. But the creative, no problem. So very odd. I'm eating crab wonton. It's not a wonton soup. It's just the crab wonton. Whatever is happening has nothing to do with the load. It's absolutely not that. It's everything in between. It could definitely have to do with the graphics card or what it's attempting to do. Like in my case, you've seen my game is not full screen, so it's trying to render you know, behind the screen and then the game. They have their own FPS. What could it be? I'm not sure. I want to show you creative because I think it's an integral part of Rust that more players should use. By the way, it's not the only thing you can do here. There's different mini games too. Bed Wars, gun game, if you want to practice your gun game. It's good to practice your aim. Bow battles, that's cool. Helicopter training. There's a lot more to your game than, just being unhappy with the live environment and giving up and playing something else. I think you definitely want to explore. Whenever I'm pissed off at the game, first thing I do is try to explore what kind of other gameplay is there. You can have all kinds of gameplay, detective gameplay, like you see gun game, targets, free for all. What? There's zombie. There's always like a zombie mode. That's always cool. That's always fun. And I believe they're gaining popularity. But creative is super important. I'll show you the strength of creative if you've never tried it. It's extremely strong. You get to build, however many house, 20 house if you want in no time. Fix everything. You don't need a jackhammer. These are flat. And this one is not flat. So if you're looking for a hole, a rock, to be near water, you'd probably go to procedurally generated. For me, change seat is also no clip. You get to fly. If you run while you fly faster. The map is shared with all players. See, there's already a bunch of players here. These are real players. They're building. Wherever you claim, and this depends on the rules, but wherever you claim, I've claimed here, my name should be right here. You get to have a few functions like save or load. Slash help or slash anything procedurally generated with basement. So this is just like a most recent, just a few days worth of fucking around. But let's take a moment to go see what's out there. It won't take long. These are just one grid squares that players can just go to. I assume it was the previous choice we had. This plot is private, so I can't really enter it. You can see the builder. Hello. He's busy, man. There's always somebody coming over to check it out. He's not here to talk. It's still loading. Oh no, it's building. Oh, okay. So whatever he does on one side, it builds on all four. So that's an option you can have. So if you know you're going to be building 4 sides, you can have it like that. Or 6 sides, you can choose that. And if I mouse right click, it gives me options. I can spawn cars and choose different things. Building tools. I can have different spacings, upgrade, electricity maybe automatically works. I can have auto doors. If I put a door frame, it spawns a door in, locked if I want, etc. Just little settings. You can craft anything. It crafts one of them, puts in their inventory, and it stays there unless you throw it on the floor. You can use as many times as you want. Oh, there's 2 of them. A lot of people have it private. That's huge. Hi, matey. I'm just showing the world what's happening out here. Pretty sick. Huge. We have some... He left, I guess. He went to sleep. He cleared it first. I think I saw that. Oh. So huge, man. It's a whole square's worth. Look at these little, like, chimneys coming out over there. They're huge. It's so big. And the server handles it. It's fine, you know? Damn, that's big. That's as big as the Colosseum from the World Rust event. And anyway, it's pretty fantastic. You can, and then you get to save that, right? And you come back and you load it. It's all there. Fantastic. I have a plot's worth like that of actual little houses. I have 30 of them. Just different layouts, like such. I'll show you if we need to. Let's go back. I'll show you what I'm working on, and you'll see that it looks like the base, but it's different. It's different. Can you hear me? Is my microphone loud enough? Let me see if... Gain limiter. Okay, we're gonna try this. Close, see if that's better. But this is the procedurally generated. Just I'm the only one here. You know, most people are like, no, just give me a flat ground. This is dumb. And I'm like, no, I actually want this hole specifically. Or, you know, I want to be near the water. Or on top of a hill. Or on the edge between desert and snow. So I think this is a really important option for newer players, but also experienced players. But at some point during your development as a Rust player, you should definitely come check it out and build your place. And we'll be doing that, but I'm hungry. Another thing you should check out is a server with 0 pop. If you're a really early player, you should go play in a server with nobody in it and just do your thing. Learn to deal with the environment. How to kill a bear, not to get killed by wolves and shit like that. Looks familiar. So I rebuilt the house that was in the mini. I like the design. This side is against a rock, hopefully. That makes it the hardest material you can find. So you don't need the high qual here at all if you're really against that rock. And you get the high qual one wall, possibly another. Ceilings, of course. Floor maybe, or you just put other floor around it. I like it, but I was thinking, can I make it even smaller? Is there a way to put a refinery, quality of life, etc.? This one is built in a hole. There's a TC here. So if you find a hole, and we'll get to do it at some point when we're totally on top of it, and we probably operate with a copter, We'll find a hole. We'll build this thing again. This is the basement. And you get to seal the basement. You have a sleeping bag you can spawn in. You get to seal it like so. First you come out, of course. Then you go like bam, bam. And you can high wall it. And nobody can get through. Right, high wall. But you get to spawn here. And if you destroy this, it breaks the triangle and you get to pop out. And you want to seal it again. You just pop another one of these. And then put your floor. High wall because it's cheap. And if anybody wants to get to TC, they first have to consider that it's in the floor, and two, it's going to be an extra 2,000. And for us, when we spawn here, we can just use a stone, a rock, hit that. And it breaks the top. You might say, why? Why does it break the top? It's because it's not attached to any other surface. These are foundations, right? These. When you can't attach a triangle to a foundation. And that's how bunkers are made, right? They'll have a floor here, and then they'll raise their two little triangle foundation, and they'll have a little like this right here, and put their triangle on top. Where this time it can clip against this one, but it doesn't clip against these. Right. Well, this one will clip against this one, right? But, and if you want to know if your bunker is going to work, you try it. You can put it, but it doesn't stay. That's a bunker that's ready. All you need now is a way to put a little bit of support somewhere that you can access, thank you, like here, with the sleeping bag. So that now when you put your triangle, you can break that. And the idea is that you're not going to seal your bunker when you work, when you're in the game. But when you go to sleep, you may come underneath here or simply just shut it as long as you can. Respawn somewhere where you can break this. And how do you get a triangle that breaks? You put, because none of the foundations hold triangles, so how the fuck is it supposed to hold anything? So one of them is not a foundation. It's the foundation is lower. You put support, and then you can put like this your first triangle frame. So this one works. If I may demonstrate, what we have is something like this. And then, as you know, you can put another one, but you cannot put a third one. That's exactly what's being used here. We have our twig. Could be any material. This one we could reinforce. We would reinforce because we absolutely don't want this one to break. Right? This is where the tier 2 is. This is really the core of the base. Right? And then your third one breaks. But if you add support, okay, I don't want to make this too long. It's just I love this part. Love this part. Bing. Then you come out. Okay. So, what the heck is that? So with this here, I decided to shorten it. I was wondering if there was a way to make part of this shorter. Just cut some of this, trim. Will the car still fit? Will I still be able to jump out of it? Get out of the place with the car, come back, jump out. And I also wanted to try where this wall would not be there. So that's what we have. If I may just get something to eat. My houses are small, but there is a lot of wisdom into them. All little things that make it so I'm rarely a target. And quite efficient. So in this model, when we have the car, we jump right here, which I call naturally the workspace or the office. We have access to workbench, furnace, TC, boxes, lockers if we need to craft anything, components. I want to put two more boxes here, but it seems to be blocking my ability to mount and dismount the car, so I remove them. Also, TC can be placed differently, but for now we're gonna do this. Vending machine, very useful. Very useful. Door to stop the sound. Same thing with this furnace. When it's on. So another thing about creative is if you press F1 you get the console, but there are other buttons here. Item, you can get any item, 1,000 of them. I want resources. I'll take a wood, put it in the furnace, and we'll use some metal ore. When it's on, it's making a sound. It's a few decibels, but it's enough to muffle the sound of whatever's going on outside. So if you like to hunt, you hear less people. If you hunt people or animals, you might also be missing some of the airplane noise. It's very faint, airdrops and different things, and I think it's done on purpose. It's asking you, if you want to be all seeing, to also be all considering and possibly find a way to block that noise by putting it behind the door or an angle. You see? We can shut the door like this all the time, but it takes time. Makes a lot of noise as well. Let's say there's people walking around the house and you want access to your furnace. If it's behind a garage door, you'll be making a ruckus trying to get access to some cooked metal or to replenish your wood. Might not be the best idea if you don't want them to know that you're cooking. So I'd like to find another place for the furnace. Or put it behind a door, possibly. So let's do that. Bam. Hammer in hand, press R, it's gone. This wall, you can do the same with it. Let's do this one. Gone. What do you want? Garage door here. Put a frame, automatic door. Not this door, this door. You don't like it? Gone. Gone. Put a wall. I like that. You can choose the... If you look at my my UI, it's changing. I'm pressing the letter F. If I say metal and then swing my hammer, it makes it metal. Metal, 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 metal. Pretty strong. No, stone, 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 stone. That is good. That is some fast options. And you do that in a creative server. No, 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 no. All right. Keep working. Furnace. It's so close. As long as it's like in the door, then it's fine. Wood. F1. Wood. Or... As long as the middle of it is covered, you won't hear it. This is the source of the sound. You can hear me heat instead. So little things like that you can work with, or big things, whatever really. And this week I'm going to be working on my my machines in this environment, so that next week, which is start of the month, we can try to build it. That's not it. What the fuck is that? Oh, that's it. Oh, I see what's up. What do you think of my little barn place here? Can't you tell that it's not an efficient use of space to have like a little barn like that and a garage? See, now I can't leave the car because, and I'm totally stuck, because there's no room like here, because this is blocking me, this door. See ya. Oh, almost. How much more space do you need? Houston, we have a problem. Oh. Somehow that works. Why? How? Not only is there a furnace in my way, the door is in my way, everything's in the way. How? You can still mount. What about this? Ah, now you can't. Interesting. But I do need a garage door here. It's a lot of strength. Okay. Can I mount? No. We're working on the space necessary for the doors to close. And I can mount. How intriguing. Fuck. What's stopping it? I'm lost. Look, if I may just... Probably can't build because there's a car. That's really a sucky like part, and something you get to learn, you know, because there's a car. Can't put anything. It seems to care about the space it has for you to mount the car. Very odd. Bam. I like it. I think it adds a lot of durability, and you get to try it. Let me save first. You can bind the save and the load to keys if you know how to do that in your console. Very useful. I clicked it. Am I gonna get it? I got it. All right. Press test. Goodbye. Real rocket. Real rocket. Reload, hold it, explosive ammo. So a sheet door is one rocket and a little more. The garage door is a C4 and a rocket. So it's like rocket, bullets, or C4 rocket. So now what do you do if you're here? What are you supposed to be doing here? You know what I mean? Maybe you think, well, first you think big time. Like maybe I should hit that, but if I hit that, I might as well hit that. And if I hit that, I might as well hit that. And let me just upgrade that here to sheet. Okay. And then does it move the car? Oh, yeah, it does. But you can only push the car, you can't pull it. So, like, any immortal is just stuck. Especially with the camper, you can't really see anything. I doubt you can even hit that without standing on a horse. Like, what a pain. What happened? I don't know. I'm not even sure this is the route. You know, I feel like it really forces them. Let's try grenades. I'm thinking maybe grenades. Because I was thinking maybe I could do that in a regular server, but how the fuck, right? I would get countered all the time. Grenades. 100. 5. I'll take 5. Oh, fuck. Oh my god. But the car is indestructible. I don't know if I want that. Is there a way to change that? Okay. Oh no, not remove, destroy. Whoa. Yeah, that's good. That is good. I like that it comes in pretty well too. And then you can just open the door, jump out. That's really fucking cool. Oops. So I just hit F, it became metal. It put a door automatically because that's my option. We get to spray can it. This one, I like this. This one I like this. They all look different. Which is not a big speech on my money, it's just some of them are Twitch drops. You just gotta follow. They even tell you. And you definitely should. This one I want to buy though, like a different machine. I think it's super stylish. Can I make it? We should be able to... Oh, you can authorize just in case. Can we... Ooh. Ooh, that's so cool. I can just make the camper. That's cool. I thought I was at the mercy of randomness. So camper would be this, and it should be here, but I don't see it. Oh, I'm kind of surprised it's not super there. Save that. What's a sedan? Oh, I see. I broke something. All right, that's the closest one, but since it's free, we'll just find it. You know. What? Normally it's not that long to get a nice little camper. Two motors. I'm about to give up. Alright, the next one with the front parts, I'm done. Shut the fuck up. You would never think, out of all the princesses in the world, that this fucking stupid place has a camper in it. You would not think. You would not fucking think that this fucking place has a camper in it. Shut the front door. Mm-mm. They just won't enter by like a few inches. And I really wish we could. And we might. But if like like if this wall isn't there, then it's kind of iffy, because then you're missing so much strength. But I mean, it's a possibility like any other. The long travel to the front seat. Bam, you still fall here. Then you need like a door controller to shut this one down. That's not gonna work though. That's not gonna work because it opens up like that. And even on the other side you can't, because you can't close it. So that's intriguing, because even if you wanted it to work, it just wouldn't. Well, I'm wrong. So unless this wall, if this wall is not there, then you get to come out like that. Now that's fucking tight. That is tight. That is fucking tight. And then if somebody decides to blow here, big problem. And I can incentivize them not to do it also by grill grill is the same strength as the door, or just a window. And it has some swag, it has texture. And if they're bright, they'll say, okay, well, there's a camper. So what happens when I blow up the door? You're not going to do anything. A camper. That's a true size. Crazy, huh? All of this is happening right here. Oh, no. True. So that doesn't open. We can change that for a garage door, but I do like the airlock. Because what we have here is really a condensed version of simple security features. First, the airlock, which I like to have two simple doors because it's easy to come in and out. It's also the one that makes less noise compared to garage doors. We can have the whole garage doors open. Just these here, this one's closed. If somebody wants to boom in your place, you get at least, you know, they have to go through 2 doors worth before you're here, and you get to react by closing doors. I like the quick airlock, but listen, if we want to make it that small, and that's the sacrifice we have to do to be able to fit the car, I don't know, maybe. That's way too tight. So that's because of the cars here. But yeah, like, it'll take a little more than a few triangles. We may remedy by actually putting squares down. But anyways, happy to be trying the stream, just checking it out, showing you what we're working on. And I'll be working on those machines. I'll definitely bring in updates on conveyors when it's finally over. But at least in this environment, we get like 2 or 3 weeks worth of regular efforts to work on a house. All right. I'll see you guys around. You'll probably be seeing those trees again. Peace.